happening here? Happy Monday. Anyways, you are listening to BMerr Watters here on ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation for Sports Talk Radio. As always, got the man Marshawn in here with me.
What's going on?
We got a lot to get to today. We're going to recap our beloved Blue Jackets and their quest for a Stanley Cup. Get to the Cavaliers. They have began their quest for back-to-back NBA titles. Get to a little bit of baseball, how the Reds and Indians are doing. Recap the spring game. Tell you which team from the Ohio State squad won. Get to some quick hitters. And as always, every week, you're my boy Blue.
All right, man.
I don't even know where to begin with this.
Let's begin with the biggest one, man. CBJ, man, we got our backs against the wall now. Columbus Blue Jackets, they fell 5-4, losing overtime to the dreaded Pittsburgh Penguins on home ice last night. It was a tough one, man. I said that at the least. That one, like I'm sitting there in my bed, man, watching that game, man. And that last goal by Gensel, if I'm pronouncing that right still. But Gensel, man, his final goal, man, hitting that hat trick in overtime, man, it really, like, punched me in the stomach, man. And I kid you not, man. Like, he hit that goal, and I don't know, I just sunk into my bed, man. That one hurt so bad, man. That one hurt so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I know the implications of this now. Like, our backs are truly against the wall now. Like, it's no more time for mistakes or anything. Like, that one hurt, man.
Started out hot. Cam Atkinson scored just 11 seconds into the game. That was the quickest a goal has ever been scored in Blue Jackets postseason history. Got off to a good start there. Jake Gensel replied back with a goal about 3 minutes later, and then Cam Atkinson replied with his own goal 2 minutes after that. Eventually, we got down 4-3 late into the third period. Brandon Dubinsky, my guy, was able to come back, score the goal to send the Blue Jackets into overtime. Very good defense in overtime, but this second period, these last three games, has absolutely killed us. It's like they're taking pretty much the entire second period off.
Oh, man. I mean, yeah, I can definitely say that. And that along with the power plays, I feel like we're putting ourselves in too many bad situations, really, man.
Penalty after penalty after penalty.
After penalty, man. After penalty. I mean, like, it was power play after power play for the Penguins, man. It was, like, so frustrating to watch. Surprised we held in that long after all those power play opportunities for the Penguins. I mean, I'm surprised we had our own for that long. I mean, we just put ourselves in a very tough situation, man. This whole series, really, man. Power play has definitely been a big issue against the Blue Jackets. There was a few questionable calls in this game. I feel like the referees, they definitely played a big part, man, in this, not only this series, but definitely specifically this past game. It was a lot of flack going on Twitter last night, this past Sunday, just ragging on the referees. One of the big ones was actually in our favor, so obviously I don't have a big complaint about this, but did Dubinsky go to actually send the game into overtime? No, I'm not sure exactly what the big issue was. I guess it was something about the door being open or something like this, and you know what was going on with that? It was something about a door being open with Crosby or something like that.
Not exactly sure. I didn't exactly see what the problem seemed to be with that call, but definitely looking at it, I mean, obviously I think it was a fair call. I mean, irregardless, but just looking at that entire game, the biggest call of the game was, without a doubt, before the game even happened, the fact that Matt Calvert was suspended for a game for the cross-check that he delivered in Game 2.
I mean, we can't be mad about that, though. Like, we can't be upset about it. Like,
I'm not upset about it, but that was a big call before the game even started, because that put even more pressure on Seth Jones in this defense that in the first two games you could argue hadn't played even 75% of what they could have.
Yeah, I'm going to say, just like I said before about the power plays, like with the whole Matt Calvert situation, we put it on ourselves as a team. He put it on himself, actually, like hurting the team doing that. Now, I'm not mad at Matt Calvert per se or whatever.
I'm not either.
Yeah, because he took out my frustration after losing that second, losing Game 2 in Pittsburgh, getting pretty much embarrassed out there 4-1. he kind of just took out my frustration. I'm watching that whole game from beginning to end, and I was pretty ticked off, man. If I could punch through the TV, I would, man, and hit one of those Penguin players, I would have did it. So Matt Calvert, man, he kind of took out my frustration by that little dirty shot there. But hey, he put that suspension on himself, man. And I don't know. We just had to respond, and we did a good early on. It looked like we were going to respond, but somehow that 3-1 lead went to 3-3, and before you know it, overtime and a loss.
Another big call too, which could go either way. I understand the ruling and the playbook on it, but it was a call that the refs could have made, but they didn't. And the call that I'm speaking of is the shot to the face of 19-year-old defenseman Zach Werenski. He went to block a shot, and the puck hit him roughly going probably 60 to 70 miles an hour straight underneath the eye.
That one hurt. That one definitely looked like it hurt.
He went back to the locker room, got stitched up, and the guy is a warrior and came back out in the third period and in overtime, started overtime actually, to try to help this team win. He didn't seem like he was 100%, obviously, but
I hear the eye closed up on him and everything swole shut on him, so that obviously couldn't play any longer after that.
And news coming out earlier today from the Blue Jackets press release was that he is going to be out for the remainder of the playoffs because of a facial fracture. It was not disclosed what kind of fracture it is. They just said facial, so
it was an ugly one.
Very ugly, and the fact that he had the cojones to come back out and even make an attempt when he really didn't. He didn't have to if he didn't want to, but he's a warrior and got that full face mask on like he was able to, like he had to wear in college. So it was nothing new to him compared to where it would have been something new to some of these Canadians or whatnot. So I don't think that played a factor into it at all. Just the fact that he couldn't see.
Now you just brung up the play. Actually, when he took that puck to the face, I mean, obviously he hit the ground. It's blood everywhere. It's blood all over the ice, man. And people were wondering, should play have been stopped? I mean, kind of what you just brung up. Should the play have been stopped, man? And that's exactly when the Penguins took advantage of that and scored their goal to, I believe that was the one to tie it up, maybe 3-3.
That was the one to take the lead, 4-3.
4-3. Okay, well, yeah. So I don't know. That was a big question, I guess. Should it have been stopped or whatever? The game had been paused. Issue with that, or is it just? I mean, that's just the game. That's just how the game goes.
According to the playbook, if a player goes down due to injury, play will continue until that team with the injured player gains possession of the puck. It's kind of like a delayed penalty, per se, and that could have gone either way. Like I said, from the box, it didn't look like you could see blood on the ice. Now, that is a totally different thing because I believe I seen, if I read this correctly, that if a player is down due to injury and there is blood apparent on the ice, play must stop immediately. I don't know if that's true what I seen, but if that is the case, then play should have been stopped. But it wasn't, so.
All right, so yeah, play wasn't stopped, and like I said, we ended up losing that game 5-4. So I mean, the question is the series over, man? 3-0 lead for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and we got one more game here on our home ice. One more chance to try to salvage something, try to pull out a win. Do the Jackets pull out a win?
I think they win tomorrow night, and I think that's it. To be completely just out there about it.
Man, I don't know. I want to be positive, but I felt like that last game, man, that last loss, the OT loss, it looked like that's one of those losses that'll take like the wind out of you, man. You lose that game, you got the home ice energy, you're down 2-0, you know, you're going to put everything into this game. You're going to treat this game like it's do or die, basically. That game 3, you're already down 2-0. You're going to treat that like a do or die game. And for you to still lose that game in a heartbreaker at that's just one that goes straight to the gut, man. I feel like it's going to take a lot out of the team. And I don't know, man. I'm hoping we put on a great performance, but I don't know. I'm not confident right now in saying that we will pull off this win at Nationwide.
If so, it'll be a comeback for the ages, in NHL playoffs per se, but I don't see it happening. But something that I do see happening is a very easy walkthrough in the first round of the playoffs for a certain basketball team in Cleveland, and we will talk about that when we get back here from commercial break. You are listening to BMerr Watters on ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation for sports talk radio, The Score.
left in this segment? Anything else you want to talk about that instead of? I feel like we can talk about Cavs for long. Never mind. We can just talk about Cavs and go back into it later too. At the next segment.
Apologize for that, guys. We are having some severe technical difficulties here in the studio. As soon as they get fixed, we will be back to full strength. But right now, we are running a little offset right now. So bear with us. We're going to try to get through this as best as we can because that's what me and Marshawn and I need to get my grammar right.
Yeah, that's what we do, man. We do stuff. Get through stuff, man.
Always get through stuff. And the one stuff that we are getting through, well, not us, but the Cleveland Cavaliers started their playoff run last night. 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago, yeah.
2 nights ago. See what this does to me. I'm so off. I can't think straight. But yes.
It's the big technology, man. I hate it.
And kids these days think the technology is so great and all this hoopla and everything is so nice.
Man, like, listen here. I don't want to get too off topic, but it's just like, never mind. Forget about it. I was gonna,
Nope, go ahead. Nope. You already got it out there. You got to throw it out there now.
I mean, these kids, man, these young whippersnappers, man, they just, it's all about technology, like you say, man, these video games and stuff like that, man. Listen, when I was a kid, man, I had Topps baseball cards, man. Baseball cards. And now everything is just, okay, I'm going off topic. Never mind, because I was about to lose myself.
I had Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
I did have Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
And Dragon Ball Z.
Man, kids
these
Sorry
days.
About that. Didn't want to go too hard on the children.
Not too hard on the children. We always want to think about the children. Sorry about that. But getting back on topic here, Cleveland. Our guy, well, your guys, kind of my guys. I don't know. Anyways.
Closet Cavs fan, something like that.
Caught me. So they began their playoff run a couple of nights ago against the Indiana Pacers in the first round. Pulled out a very close win, 109-108. I did not get to watch this game. I know you did. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, listening to just, I don't know, man. You listened to the radio this morning. You thought we lost the game or something like that. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the performance. It is what it is. I mean, we won a game, and that's all. Just like LeBron James said, that's all that matters in the playoffs. As long as you win the game, if you had a crappy game, so what? As long as you won, you win and you advance. It's that simple. So I'm happy with it now. We had the same problems we've been having all season long. Our goal, I guess, is just to outscore teams. That's our thing this year. We play horrible defense and then just try to rely heavily on our offense to outscore the opponent. Now, we did that. We outscored the opponent by 1 point a few nights Saturday night, so we'll go with it. Good performances all around, man. Kevin Love, he started off real hot, scoring, I want to say, 13 points in the first quarter. First half, something like that. We had LBJ, of course, doing LBJ things, and Kyrie dropping around 25 points or so. So it was a good performance by the big three. Big storyline there on the game was coming down to the wire, man. Last second shot, Paul George passed the ball up. He seen the double team coming, passed it up to C.J. Miles. C.J. Miles did not get it back to PG, and he went on to miss the shot. And Paul George had an issue with that. He basically just went on to say after the game that, I mean, he has to have the ball in that situation, man. At the end of the game, you have any gripes with that? Was that like a self absorbed comment, or are you? I mean, is it okay? Is it rightful?
I think he's right. Definitely, he has to take that last shot. Now, there's been a lot of backlash at LeBron over the years because he wouldn't take the last shot when he has arguably, since the second or third year that he's been in the league, been the best player on his team. And then over the last 7 to 8 years, been the best player in the league. Mm-hmm. But at this point, I think that he's absolutely right. Is the way he said it right? Maybe. maybe that's a keep to yourself type of deal. You know it. Talk to the player. Talk to the guys about it in the locker room. Maybe not in front of the media because a lot of people took it the wrong way and or took it as that he's being arrogant. But I like to think that you feel the same way, but how exactly do you feel?
Yeah. I don't have an issue with the comment. I mean, he's exactly right. The guy was in the zone that game. Paul George was in the freaking zone. I mean, just before the shot, he had a deep three pointer to get the game a little closer and everything. Like, he was just feeling it. He had the hot hand. That is your star player. He was calling for the ball back right after he passed it up. So as CJ Miles just has to know, okay, let me get the ball back to the guy. So yeah, no gripes with that. Some other things going on with the game. It was like I said, man, it's we're definitely relying heavy on this offense, man. And coming into the playoffs, how we finished like we finished very like sluggish or whatever. And all LeBron kept saying, all Ty Lue kept saying is, okay, it's all right. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. We're going to playoffs come around. We're going to fix this. So here's the playoffs now. We're here. The playoffs is here. No more talking into the future. So I'm just hoping that this bad basketball we've pretty much been playing, I'm hoping that they're right about their game plan, I guess, man. About I don't know, just yeah, I'm just hoping they're right, man, about this style of play we're playing right now. Is this going to get us back to the finals?
Well, I can tell you this much: what's that guy's name? The 7'4" guy, or I don't know if this is true or not. I heard that they signed some 7'4" dude.
Yes, I was 7'3" center Andy Tabaris.
Okay, if that's true, then they can beat the Warriors. Problem is, I'm looking at rosters and stat lines and whatnot from the first game, and I don't see dude anywhere on the roster. So.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say he's exactly ready now. He is fresh coming out of the D League. Basically, we did just sign him out of the D League, playing for the Toronto Raptors 905 team. So he did get some action in. Right when we signed him, we signed him with one game left in the season to play against the Toronto Raptors, and we gave him a nice amount of play time that game, the last game of the season when we got blew out by the Raptors. And he put on a pretty good performance. He had about I don't know, maybe 6 points and like 6 blocks in the game. I mean, real factor down there, real factor, man. But at the same time, I mean, you can just tell he's not ready. He's a little, I don't know. He's just not ready. Guy had a lot of cheap fouls. Don't know how to keep his arms up and everything. So he's not ready for the prime time, but I do like the kid. One thing that it does worry me, man, this Cavs team, man. It does worry me just how vulnerable we are right now. Now, this first round, this round against the Pacers, I don't see any issues with it. I feel like we can sweep them or at least maybe lose one game. Now, meeting up in the second round, whoever we meet out of the Toronto Raptors or Milwaukee Bucks, I feel like the same way, maybe a sweep or maybe 1 or 2 losses in the series. But what scares me, man, is that conference final. That conference final, I'm a little nervous about. I mean, just to be honest, I am nervous about that conference final, counting on who we see. No one in the East scares me, but the only team I will worry about is those Washington Wizards, man. And that's it. That's all. Not the Boston Celtics, not the Raptors, nobody. The Washington Wizards, they give me the most, I don't know, they bring the most caution to me, I guess, man. I'm cautious about that team there. They always battle us hard, and it's just a great team led by a great point guard right now.
Well, we seen last night that a very excited and rowdy Bulls team came to play in Boston and beat a very emotional Boston team. The Celtics coming off of the death of Isaiah Thomas's little sister, which was a very, very unfortunate situation. He comes out the next day. He's splashing threes everywhere, and Boston couldn't get it done. I'm not saying this just because I'm a Bulls fan, but I think Boston might be in trouble.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, and we'll definitely talk a little bit more about that when we come right back from break. You're listening to BMerr Watters.